Hello everyone, I am Amit Sarkar. Welcome to my YouTube channel Science Academy Plus. In our last video, we have discussed about what is viscosity, Newton's law of viscosity. Okay. Today we will discuss about the units of viscosity, what is kinematic viscosity, and what are the units of kinematic viscosity. Okay. So let's start today's video. In last video, we discussed about the Newton's law of viscosity. Okay, according to Newton's law of viscosity, tau, that means shear stress in fluid, tau is equal to mu into del u by del y. Okay, we have learned it in our last video. Fluid is flowing in between two solid surfaces. At the adjacent layer of the solid surfaces, the velocity of fluid is 0. This was velocity profile. We have already discussed about this. This is u plus del u, y plus del y. Okay. A, B, these two are adjacent layer of fluid. So, from that concept, according to Newton's law of viscosity, tau is equal to mu into del u by del y. This del u by del y is known as velocity gradient, and this del u by del y is equal to rate of shear strain d theta by dt. We have already discussed it. Now we have to find out the units of dynamic viscosity. As we know, this mu is known as dynamic viscosity or absolute viscosity. Okay, we have to find out the units of this dynamic viscosity. So, from this equation we can write mu is equal to tau into 1 by del u by del y. Any doubt? No. Thank you. Tau is known as shear stress. So, we can write this dynamic viscosity is equal to tau, that's mean shear stress into 1 by del u by del y. What is del u? Del u is difference in velocity, u and u plus del u. I have already discussed. Del u is difference in velocity. Difference in velocity. Okay, and what is del y? Del y is, that is y and y plus del dy. This is the distance of two adjacent layers. So, dy is difference in distance. Okay, you can write it. Now, then what is the unit of shear stress? Or shear stress is known as force per unit area. So, in case of shear stress, we can write, just from this. Okay, in case of shear stress, we can write that force per unit area. Any doubt? Now, difference in velocity, that's mean distance per time. So, we can write distance upon time, that is known velocity, unit of velocity, and difference in distance, that's mean in, you can write in distance Now look, that is force per unit area into distance, and distance will cancel out. So, we can write it force into time upon area. Okay. This is the derivation of dynamic viscosity unit. Now, there are MKS, SI and CGS unit. If we talk about MKS unit, force is represented by kgf. Force is represented by kgf. Time is represented by second, and area is represented by meter square. Okay. Then what is the MKS unit? MKS unit is force into time upon area, that's mean kgf second per meter square. Clear? That is the MKS unit of dynamic viscosity. Now, then what is SI unit? What is SI unit? Look, in SI unit, force is represented, that's mean force into time upon area, force is represented by Newton. Okay. Time is represented by second, but it is written as small s. Remember, in SI unit, second is represented by small s and area is represented by meter square. Then what is the unit of, what is SI unit of dynamic viscosity? SI unit of dynamic viscosity is Newton second per meter square. So, that is SI unit of dynamic viscosity. Clear? What is the MKS unit? MKS unit is kgf per second, kgf second per meter square, and SI unit is Newton second per meter square. Now, there is another unit that is called CGS unit. CGS unit. What is CGS unit? In CGS unit, force is represented by dyne, time is represented by second, and area is represented by centimeter square. Then the derived unit of dynamic viscosity in CGS is dyne second per centimeter square. Okay, clear? Dyne second per centimeter square. So, that is MKS unit, that is SI unit, and that is CGS unit. CGS unit, dyne second per centimeter square, is also known as poise. Remember it. This is very important from numerical point of view. The CGS unit is also known as poise. So, 1 poise equal to 1 dyne second per centimeter square. Remember, 1 poise equal to 1 dyne second per centimeter square. 1 poise equal to 1 dyne second per centimeter square. Clear? And there is another unit, that is centipoise. That is centipoise. Okay, centipoise is denoted by small c, capital P. Poise is denoted by capital P. One, that is another unit, centipoise. That 1 centipoise is equal to 1 by 100 poise. This conversion is very important. 1 centipoise is equal to 1 by 100 poise. Okay, 1 centipoise is equal to 1 by 100 poise, and 1 poise is equal to 1 dyne second per centimeter square. This is CGS unit of dynamic viscosity. Okay, these are the all units. Now we will understand the conversion of MKS unit to CGS unit of dynamic viscosity. Okay. Case unit of dynamic viscosity, that is kg force second per meter square. Now kgf second per meter square, 1 kgf is equal to 9.81 Newton second per meter square. Any doubt? No. Thank you. Now 1 Newton is equal to 1 kg, that is mass, into 1 meter per second square, that is acceleration. Why? We know Newton is a unit of force, and force is equal to mass into acceleration. So mass into acceleration, 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. And what is 1 kg? 1 kg, if we convert this one into CGS unit, that means 1 kg is equal to 1000 gram, and 1 meter is 100 centimeter, and that is second square. So it can be write as 1000 into 100 gram centimeter per second square. This gram centimeter per second square is known as dyne. So we can write ultimately that is 1000 into 100 dyne. Now come to this one. By putting this 1000 into 100 dyne, instead of Newton we can write 9.81 into 1000 into 100, that is dyne per second. By converting meter square into centimeter square, we can write 100 into 100 centimeter square. Then what will happen? 100 cancel out, and this, that's mean 98.1 dyne second per centimeter square. So this is the conversion of MKS unit of dynamic viscosity to CGS unit. Okay, clear? 98.1 dyne second per centimeter square. This all about dynamic viscosity. Now there is another viscosity, that is called kinematic viscosity. But try to understand, if there is dynamic viscosity already present, then what is the necessary of kinematic viscosity? Why? Look, there are two container which is filled with, one of them is filled with water, another one is filled with some thicker liquid, let us say mud. Okay, that is water and that is mud. Now if we drop a stone from the same height with same mass, okay, from the same height with same mass, then what will happen? In case of water and in case of mud, the disturbance will be different. Okay, in case of water the disturbance, and in case of mud the disturbance will be different. What will be difference? Disturbance. Okay, disturbance. The disturbance created in these two fluid, that's mean in case of water and in case of mud, will be different. This is because of kinematic viscosity. In case of kinematic viscosity, what happened? It try to diffuse the created disturbance in the fluid molecules. Remember, the created disturbance in the fluid molecules will be diffused by the fluid, and this property is known as kinematic viscosity. So that is the concept behind kinematic viscosity. Clear? So we are talking about concept behind kinematic viscosity. Clear? That is concept behind kinematic viscosity. So we can write that kinematic viscosity is property of what? Kinematic viscosity is property of fluid by which it diffuse the created disturbance in fluid molecules. Okay, clear? So let us concentrate once again. This is kinematic viscosity is also a property of which? Property of fluid, okay, by which it diffuse. What is the purpose of kinematic viscosity? Diffuse the created disturbance, or is created or generated, okay, created or generated, okay, property of fluid by which it diffuse the created or generated disturbance in fluid molecules. Clear? So this is the concept behind kinematic viscosity. Kinematic viscosity is nothing but it is a property of fluid. What is the purpose of this property? By which it diffuse the created or generated disturbance in fluid molecules. Okay, this is the kinematic viscosity concept. Now if we establish from mathematical point of view, then we can find that kinematic viscosity, which is denoted by the letter mu. Okay, this mu is equal to mu by rho. This is mathematical representation. Okay, what is this? That kinematic viscosity, this is known as kinematic viscosity, is the ratio of dynamic viscosity and mass density. Okay, mass density. So also we can say that the definition of kinematic viscosity is it is the ratio of dynamic viscosity and mass density. Clear? You will find in many books this is the definition of kinematic viscosity, thus it is the ratio of dynamic viscosity and mass density. Clear? And in every aspect of numerical point of view, it will be our basic tool. Okay, now we will go forward with units of kinematic viscosity. Okay, unit of kinematic viscosity. Before that, let us understand the derivation of unit of kinematic viscosity. Now, what is kinematic viscosity? As we have discussed, it is ratio of dynamic viscosity and mass density. And what is mu? Dynamic unit of mass dynamic viscosity. Unit of dynamic viscosity is force into time per unit area. area square. Okay, remember the unit of dynamic viscosity was in CGS, that was unit of dynamic viscosity was force into time per area square. Okay, just in SI unit that was Newton per Newton, Newton second per meter square. Okay, just we have discussed in our just few minutes ago. Okay, Newton second per meter square. So force into time per area square. This was the unit of dynamic viscosity. And mass density. Look, what is mass density? Mass density, you know, density or mass density is known as rho is equal to mass upon volume, that is mass upon volume, and volume is known as length cube. Any doubt? No, thank you. So we can write there mass length cube. Clear? You can write it. Now, what is force? You know, force is equal to mass into acceleration. Force is known mass into acceleration into time by area square into length cube by mass. Now look, mass and mass will cancel out. Now the remaining part is acceleration into time per area square into earth cube. Now what is acceleration? That is length per time square into time. Area is length square into length cube. Then the ultimate derived unit is length square per time. Okay, so ultimate derived unit is length square per time. No doubt. Now come to MKS, SI and CGS unit. Then in MKS, length is denoted by meter, then meter square, and time is denoted by second. Okay. In SI, length is denoted by meter, then it will be meter square, time is second. And in CGS, length is denoted by centimeter, then it will be centimeter square, and time is denoted by second. So these are the MKS, SI and CGS unit. Look, MKS unit is meter square per second, SI unit is meter square per second, and CGS unit centimeter square per second. This CGS unit, this centimeter square per second, is also known as Stokes. Remember, Stokes always in plural. Stokes. This is known as Stokes, and it represented by ST. Okay. Stokes. CGS unit centimeter square per second is also known as Stokes. And there is another unit, that is centistoke. That is centistokes, and this represents by small c capital P. Okay, small c st. 1 centistoke is equal to 1 by 100 stoke. This is very important from numerical aspect. This conversion, 1 centistroke is equal to 1 by 100 stroke. So remember, in our dynamic viscosity, the CGS unit is also known as poise, and there is another unit centipoise. The in centipoise, 1 centipoise is equal to 1 by 100 poise. Similarly, in case of kinematic viscosity, 1 centistroke is also 1 by 100 stroke. This SI unit, Newton second per meter square. This Newton per meter square is also known as Pascal. What? Also known as Pascal. Then we can write that is Pascal second, because Newton per meter square is also known as Pascal. Okay, we can write Newton meter square instead of Newton meter square, we can write Pascal. So this is also known as Pascal second. This is also known as poise. Clear? Now there is another relation between this CGS and SI unit. Relation between CGS, relation between CGS and SI unit. What? Look, in case of dynamic viscosity, CGS unit is poise, that is 1 dyne second per centimeter square, or 1 poise. This 1 poise is equal to 1 by 10 Newton second per meter square, or also we can say 1 poise is equal to 1 by 10 Pascal second. Okay, this is relation between CGS and SI unit of dynamic viscosity. And in case of kinematic viscosity, that is known as CGS unit. In case of kinematic, it is known as Stokes. So 1 Stokes, that means 1 Stokes is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 meter square per second. Clear? 1 Stokes is equal to 10 to the power minus 4 meter square per second. So that is the relation between CGS and SI unit of two viscosity. That means dynamic viscosity and kinematic viscosity. Clear? So that is all about today's video. If you really like my video and you think it will help to others also, then like or subscribe is must. Okay. Thank you. Thank you once again.